morning, everybody. It is July 21st. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Amanda Van Allen.
And I'm Kelsey Fabian. Let's bring in meteorologist Monica Cryan. Monica, we just mentioned that there's rain this morning. Some people might already be experiencing it. I know we were hearing it outside of the studio this morning.
Right, and so it may be waking some people up. This is a strong line of thunderstorms. Thankfully, at this point, there are no severe warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings in our area. There were about an hour or two ago a severe thunderstorm capable of producing gusty winds and even some pea-sized hail pushed into parts of Bucks, Montgomery, Chester County, Delaware County, and even into Philadelphia. But you can see that since has broken apart. Look at this. This is barely even a thunderstorm, and we're looking from Gloucester all the way up into Mount Holly and into Trenton. Philly still seeing wet weather, but as for thunderstorms, as for severe weather, most of that, some of the strongest activity is down south. I wouldn't be surprised if the National Weather Service maybe does warn this one area of thunderstorms through Salem County, pushing into Cumberland County. I'll actually kind of time that out for you. This is just a look at this stretch of thunderstorms as it heads down towards the south and east. No severe thunderstorm warning as of right now, but you want to be ready for this in areas like Brickstore, Bridgeton, Vineland, Millville around 5:35. That's just an estimated time. I think some of this may wake people up as it starts to travel down through South Jersey and into Delaware very, very quickly with gusty winds. Our visibility, because of some of those passing showers and thunderstorms, has lowered in Philadelphia and in Wilmington to about 4 miles. All right, let's get it to Mike. He's got a check of those roadways and that traffic. Already we're actually seeing some downed trees because of those passing thunderstorms.
That's right, and also some down trees going onto the power lines, Monica, and that's knocking out power. Most of these numbers, though, and you had mentioned it, the storms were actually packing more of a punch further towards the west where there were warnings, but 32,000 without power in Pennsylvania, mostly in central Pennsylvania, but even 700 now showing in New Jersey at the present moment. Delaware reporting 300 people losing power at the moment because of these storms racing through, and we even have some accidents on the roadways. 95 northbound as you get around exit 37 in Ben Salem. We have an accident reported, a spin out that is knocking out the left lane. I don't have it on the cameras right now because this camera's vantage point's a little bit further towards the south. And then we find another accident. This is 95 northbound at Girard, right around exit 23. Not seeing any tie-ups on the cameras right now. And the good news is these storms are moving pretty quickly and out of here in time and timing nicely, rather, for the morning commute. 295 south, also an accident. This is past exit 24. 2 of the left lanes being knocked out. You can actually see the volume developing on 295. We'll talk more about this coming up in just a little bit. Amanda?
Meteorologist Monica Cryan joining us now for a look at your forecast. Hey, Monica.
All right, good morning. I've been tracking this line of thunderstorms as it moved into the Delaware Valley. In southeast PA, it did really pack a punch, and we had some severe thunderstorm warnings. It does look like a good portion of this line is starting to break apart. So we don't have any severe thunderstorm warnings as of right now, but it's down through parts of Salem County, pushing into Cumberland County and back into Newcastle County that we'll be watching some of these stronger storms with gusty winds continue to push down towards the south and east. But it already did leave some damage, even though these locations within Montgomery and Bucks County, even into Chester County, have some shower activity, no severe weather. It did leave in some locations a thunderstorm damage. So we're looking at thunderstorm wind damage. Areas like Montgomery County, North Wales had a report at 3:46 of a large branch down on Morris Road and West Point Pike. So that, will cause some delays early this morning. If they can't get that all cleaned up before people head out for rush hour, we're going to see some delays this morning, even though this is a fast moving line of thunderstorms, and it will be moving out as we head through the day today. A high pressure system moving in behind it, and that's why as we head into the afternoon, evening, we have a nice clearing. So let's time out the kind of exit of this rain. As of right now, it looks like it'll start to break apart even heading down the Jersey Shore. It'll kind of hug that coastline around 9-10 o'clock. A few scattered showers possible for the rest of our morning and into the early afternoon, and then comes a nice clearing so that by Friday night into early Saturday morning, we've got drier skies. We'll start off with a little bit of cloud cover, but end your Saturday with plenty of sunshine. Temperatures at 85 degrees. Feeling really, really nice out there, keeping it a bit below the average. Lots of sunshine on Sunday. Not only are we talking lots of sunshine and nice temperatures, but low humidity. Picture perfect weekend setup. up. We do heat things up by next week. You can see Wednesday and Thursday, potentially a stretch of 90-degree temperatures. Let's get it to Mike. He's got a check of those roadways. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, Monica. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Rough commute so far this morning with all the rain coming down and storms. We'll take a look at the Ben Franklin Bridge. Not rough on the Ben Franklin Bridge right now. Every now and then, though, we see a nice flash of some lightning in the skyline. But we're seeing the storms rolling out, and that's some good news because it's timing up pretty nicely before we get into the real heart of the commute. We do have some accidents to bring to your attention. Let's start you up in Ben-Salem. This is 95 northbound at Street Road. We're not seeing the accident on the camera. That's some good news, and still a lot of green on our screen with our speed sensors, but there is an accident going northbound as you get into the Ben-Salem area. Further south on 95, this is south of Academy. Again, look at the spray that comes up from the person in front of you. That's why you want to give it a little extra room this morning because of the wet roadways this morning as you make your way out, especially if you're going out early. Entire span of 95 from Woodhaven to 676 at 13 minutes, 14 minutes going southbound. And we'll take a look at some construction because this is going to delay you 295 northbound. The right lane being knocked out between exit 40 and 43. We'll talk more traffic and weather coming up in just a little bit. Kelsey will send it to you.
All right, let's take a look at your Doppler 17 radar. We will be keeping track over the next hour or so as this line of thunderstorm races through. I did want to bring you, there's a severe thunderstorm warning, and that's in Talbot, Queen Anne's County, and that's down through parts of Maryland, and it will continue to move its way eastward. However, this line has shown history of, as it pushes eastward, of losing a little bit of power. So as it pushes into Kent County in Delaware, yes, there could be a severe thunderstorm warning, but I'm hoping some of this loses its power. We're still seeing heavy downpours right now in Salem County and in parts of Gloucester and Camden counties down into Cumberland County, including Upper Pittsgrove, Deerfield, moving into Bridgeton. And then you can actually see just now pushing near Smyrna, Delaware. So Middletown's already gotten hit with the worst of it, and it's heading towards Smyrna, Delaware. You want to be ready for that with wet roadways, the chance for some gusty winds. And then if you're located in some of those areas where that thunderstorm is rolling through, maybe keep it indoors just right now. And then once that thunderstorm passes through within about 15-20 minutes, it should start to lighten up behind it. Some fog with temperatures in the upper 60s this morning, later today, mid-80s, early thunderstorms, and then it gives way to clear and quieting conditions overnight tonight and into tomorrow. Let's get it to Mike. He's got a check of those roadways. Friday morning commute could be tough.
Yeah, a little tough this morning, Monica. Good morning, everybody. We'll start you in Chester County. This is Kennett Square. Now, we had a tree that came down. It partially blocking US 1 south at Union Street. We're not seeing anything being, denoted on our speed sensors right now, but it's out there, all because of the storms from the overnight racing through the region. Otherwise, we do still have this accident in 295 south. This is past exit 24. The left lane still knocked out. Earlier, we had 2 lanes knocked out, now just 1, so hopefully we can get this all squared away before the morning commute really gets going. New Jersey Turnpike South, right lane closed between exit 3 and 2. It's a little sluggish as you're going towards the south this morning on the Turnpike. Use 295 as an alternative if you're hopping on in Burlington County. Otherwise, the Delaware Memorial Bridge, we do have construction right now. This is the right lane being knocked out going southbound, so things are going to get tied up this morning if you're coming down from Delaware. Otherwise, the Vine's looking good right now. 76 also looking good as you're getting out to King of Prussia. We'll send it back to you guys.
Watch me.
We are back at 5:30. You're getting a live look at Avalon. Doesn't look too bad out there. You can see the sun trying to peek through the clouds a little bit. Monica saying, get ready. And Kelsey Fabian, thanks for joining us. We'll have to ask Monica what get ready means.
No, I'm Amanda Van Allen. Let's ask meteorologist Monica Cryan right now. What's going on, Monica?
You ready? Here's Avalon.
Okay.
Here's thunderstorms.
Oh. So they better get...
So it looks nice in Avalon right now. Yeah, no, of course it does. It's not thunderstorming just yet. But this line of thunderstorms is racing towards the Jersey Shore and the Delaware beaches. As it rolled through southeast PA, yes, it packed more of a punch. We had some severe thunderstorm warnings, some down trees, some power lines down as well. It has lost a lot of its power as it pushed through Trenton and Philadelphia and into areas areas like Mount Holly. You can see right now it's just a shower. So at times some heavier downpours, but the thunderstorms are located down towards the south and east. So the latest kind of show and rotation through your radar is showing the heaviest rain through Pittsgrove all the way down into Smyrna, Delaware. It will continue to push its way towards the south and east at about 30 miles per hour. It is not a warned storm, meaning at this point it doesn't really show that it's producing all that gusty of winds, but you still want to be ready as those thunderstorms roll through. You could see heavy downpours and lightning. I think this will be moving into Dover around 5:48. It will continue to push down towards the south and east. Bowers at about 6:08, and I think we'll continue to watch it move towards the Jersey Shore, like I was saying, within the next hour or so. We have a low visibility in some locations because of those passing thunderstorms, like in Wilmington and Coatesville at a 4-mile visibility, and temperatures are starting off because of those passing thunderstorms in the 60s. So a little bit cooler out there behind those thunderstorms. Let's get it to Mike. He's got a check of those roadways. Once this line moves out, though, I think we have much nicer conditions behind it.
Me too. First the storms, then the sun. I like that combination. And Monica, we're starting to see the domino effect from the storms that raced through this morning. In fact, one in which is now 76 eastbound. This is past the Conchi curve. You can see car went right into the center median, a little bit of a spin out thing, and then that has caused the left lane to completely be shut down. So if you're coming out of King of Prussia, you are going to hit it. It's unavoidable, and it's going to take a little time to get around this incident. We do have fire and also medical on the scene with that. The further you get down 76, it opens up nicely. In fact, we're looking at Spring Garden 76 moving along pretty nicely. But there it is, the eastbound lanes. That's an average speed of around 48 miles per hour, so 10 less than if you're going westbound. But westbound will likely get a little tied up as the onlookers try to look to the left side. In terms of power outages, Pennsylvania, the big winner with this storm. Most of this occurring in central Pennsylvania, 32,000 without power, 700 in New Jersey at the present moment, and 300 in Delaware. Delaware, looking at Monica's radar, Delaware looks like it might climb in terms of power loss as the strongest storms are further to the south. We'll update these numbers, take a look, and update you on 76's issue coming up in just a little bit. We'll send it back to you.
Sorry about that. We couldn't hear President Biden, but we will get that package to you shortly. We're going to go to meteorologist Monica Cryan now. Hey, Monica.
All right, good morning. This line of thunderstorms really packed a punch as it pushed through southeast PA, but thankfully now that it's moved kind of south and east of Philadelphia in the 95 corridor. Yes, there still are some thunderstorms embedded, but as for southeast PA, we're looking at some lighter showers. As you're heading out the door, you may notice some wet roadways, and even in some locations there were down trees and power lines that could delay your early morning commute. And this is what we're looking at. A few local storm reports just earlier this morning in Chester County, a tree down on a house in Euclid Township. So that report was at 3:02, and then we're seeing some down trees on those roadways, and like I was saying, could slow your speeds early this morning, but it does look like this line of thunderstorms has lost a lot of its power. As of right now, there are no severe thunderstorm warnings within our area, and then a high pressure system is moving in behind it. Yes, there still are some showers hugging along the 95 corridor, but soon enough, with the high moving in behind it, will clear things out very, very quickly. Just hugging that coastline, some of those showers around 9-10 o'clock in the morning, off into the Atlantic by the afternoon and evening. I think it'll be much quieter tonight, and as we head into our Saturday in the morning hours, partly cloudy conditions, and then by the afternoon, lots of sunshine. Not only that, but we're looking at drier conditions when it comes to your dew points and that humidity. It'll be very low Saturday and Sunday, very enjoyable with a high of 85 degrees on Saturday, Sunday coming in at 87. So we are warming things up, especially into our Monday and Tuesday of next week. There's a chance for some scattered showers on Tuesday, but this is a little bit of a drier stretch, not as unsettled as what we've gotten used to. Your Wednesday and Thursday, highs in the low 90s, really heating things up Wednesday and into Thursday. I also think on the way up is that humidity. It'll get very uncomfortable midweek of next week. Let's get it to Mike. He's got a check of those roadways and that traffic. So we were talking about how, yes, the storms have come to an end in southeast PA, but we're still looking at delays.
Yeah, that's the domino effect, right? Because we have all the wet roadways out there and things are just very, very slippery. In fact, speaking of slippery and an issue, it's 76 right at the Conchi curve, right past the Conchi curve. We had a car that went right into the center median. That has caused the entire left lane of 76 to be shut down going eastbound. And then this was what I was very concerned with. Was the westbound lane going to start to get tied up because of the onlookers? And certainly that seems to be the case. As we do have ambulance, fire, police all on the scene trying to get this wrapped up. Curious if this is tied up. Yeah, all right. So this is confirmation. It's tied up all the way back to 476. So this is going to translate out to somewhere around a half-hour delay now coming from King of Prussia all the way into the city. So if you're about to leave, heading for work, you're going to be a little late to work if you're heading down 76. Just take notice of that. If you can hop up towards the turnpike rather, and then come down into the city, probably going to be a lot quicker than trying to get through this mess on 76. We'll let you know once that's wrapped up, so keep it locked here. All right, let's look at the Ben Franklin Bridge coming out of the Toll Plaza mid-span into the Vine, looking very good. Right now, even the sky clearing out pretty nicely. And this is the concern. You look at 95, nothing going on south of Academy, but see how the wet roadways, and look how the spray gets lifted right up off the roadway. That's going to be the concern for the morning commute. The person in front of you is going to spray you with the tires, and that could create an issue with visibility and slipperiness. We'll talk more about this coming up in just a little bit. We'll send it back to you.
Your Doppler 17 radar continues to track this line of thunderstorms. We now have a severe thunderstorm that was just warned, and I'll bring you now down towards this area of severe thunderstorms. And we're looking in parts of Camden, Gloucester County, and into Atlantic County. I think this is really what they're concerned with, and this is heading towards Vineland. So this area near Upper Deerfield will continue to move towards Millville and Vineland with the chance for some gusty winds at about 60 miles per hour or even higher than that. And hail is also the possibility. So these are some of these severe thunderstorm warnings that we want to heed. Maybe keep it indoors if you are within that severe thunderstorm warning. Don't head out on the roadways just yet. And then once that thunderstorm does pass through, and it should within about 20 minutes or even a half hour behind it, it's much lighter rain, something you can handle. Otherwise, if it's not raining where you are, you still have some wet roadways and some fog. Temperatures in the upper 60s. Later in the morning, we have some thunderstorm chances continuing, but then throughout the day, we continue to clear things out so that overnight tonight, it will be clear and quiet. Lots of sunshine in store for our Saturday, your high 85 degrees. Let's get it to Mike. He's got a check of those roadways and that traffic. So we were just talking about the possibility for some gusty winds and down trees.
And on cue now, the power outages, Monica, in New Jersey went from 700 to 1,100. And it's probably all because of that one thunderstorm, severe thunderstorm that you're showing in South Jersey. And look at the power outages. A lot of these power outages in Pennsylvania, 32,000, which is actually going down from the height of 45,000 when I first woke up. That is because of the central Pennsylvania storms. But the New Jersey number is starting to go up. Delaware is just about even keen at around 300 without power. Now, these storms, all the wet weather, yes, it's moved out of King of Prussia, but we still have the residual domino effects where the wet roadways are causing crashes. First crash we are seeing right now is a car into the center median. Right now, the only way to get down 76 westbound is to pull the cars onto the side of the shoulder and then out of here, and that has created this ripple effect. Now we're completely jammed all the way back to 476. So we'll talk more about that and more traffic, and of course that severe thunderstorm warning in South Jersey with Monica coming up in just a little bit. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
Good Friday morning. You have made it. It is July 21st. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Amanda Van Allen.
And I'm Kelsey Fabian. Yeah, hopefully you're going to have a good weekend ahead of you. Just got one more day to get through. And then Meteorologist Monica Cryan tells us we've got good weather in store for the weekend, but we got to get through what we're going through this morning first.
Right, that's what I was going to say. We got one more day and one more storm to get through. Here's a look at this line of thunderstorms that rolled through southeast PA, a few hours ago, 1 or 2 hours ago. But I want to bring your attention to a severe thunderstorm warning that we now have, and that goes through Cumberland, Salem County. That's where they actually have some of that severe weather rolling through Vineland, and it will continue to push its way possibly northward. Gusty winds within those thunderstorms up to about 60 miles per hour and pea-sized hail. We will be keeping a close eye on this line of thunderstorms for some rotation, but it is looking like it's breaking apart and losing some of its intensity. Yes, that severe thunderstorm has already pushed through areas like Philadelphia, Delaware County, Montgomery County, and into Bucks, but now we're just left with a light to moderate rainfall along 95, 76, so we could see a good amount of delays because of that falling rain and some of the impacts that those thunderstorms brought us, including down trees and power lines. Leave yourself extra time this morning. Temperatures are in the 70s through about that afternoon, through about that lunchtime, 79 degrees, and then later today, mid 80s, so a little bit cooler just because we're dealing with those showers and thunderstorms so early in the morning, but look at those rain chances really diminishing into the afternoon and evening. All right, let's get it to Mike. He's got a check of those roadways and that traffic. It does not look fun out there.
No, and 76 is a nightmare right now because we did have a car that went into the center median, and of course that created a domino effect with a truck that actually hit the back of the truck. So there is an accident with injuries at the Conchi curve. That has tied up all of the eastbound lanes. We're only getting by on the right far shoulder, and that is a sluggish endeavor. In fact, we have delays going all the way back to 476, so at least 3 miles of delays, and that's translating out to about a half hour or more commute going from King of Prussia all the way down into the city limits. Westbound lanes also starting to tie up because of the onlookers. So once you get up north of Manioc going towards the Conchi curve, just know people are going to slow down because everybody's going to be looking towards their left. Betsy Ross Bridge. This is an interesting situation going on right now because north of the Betsy Ross Bridge, the northbound lanes have been knocked out on the right lanes on 95 have been knocked out. That is because we do have a sewer that opened up, a sewer drain which drains 95 has opened up, so they are trying to close that up and get 95 looking better and in better shape. But right now we are looking at major delays going northbound north of the Betsy Ross Bridge. That's about 27 minutes to go from 676 to Woodhaven. Southbound lanes are moving along nicely, but it's 76 right now going east, and 95 going north of the Betsy Ross Bridge have major delays at the present moment. We'll update that coming up in just a little bit. We'll send it back to you.
Meteorologist Monica Cryan joining us now to talk a little bit about the messy weather we're having this morning. Hey, Monica.
We're still tracking severe thunderstorms this morning, and right now we have that severe thunderstorm that's in Salem, in parts of Cumberland County, moving up into Gloucester, Camden, and into Atlantic County. I'll touch on that in just a bit, but I did want to show you right now along the 95 corridor in areas north and west of the city, it's a light to moderate rainfall behind that line of thunderstorms. So the main line of thunderstorms pushing into South Jersey and into Delaware, but we still have some down trees and power lines from when it was a severe thunderstorm that rolled through parts of Bucks and Montgomery County and into Chester County. So here's what we're looking at for thunderstorm wind damage. Gusts reached up to about 60 miles per hour, downing a branch at Morris Road and West Point Pike in Montgomery County near North Wales. And so that's what we're seeing from these thunderstorms. They race through, at times cause gusty winds and down branches, if not trees and power lines. And so that's what you want to watch out for again, as we have now a severe thunderstorm warning that goes through Atlantic, Cumberland, Gloucester, Salem counties till about 6:30 this morning. So we'll continue to watch, but it does look like a lot of that is racing off into the Atlantic with a high pressure system settling in behind it, meaning we've got clearing conditions through the next few hours. Showers and thunderstorms heading down through Cape May County into the Delaware beaches till about 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. And then I think as we head through the afternoon, we really start to clear things out, expecting much nicer conditions for our Saturday from the morning into the afternoon. Saturday, afternoon temperatures, mid-80s. We can deal with that. So behind those clearing skies comes nicer temperatures, comfortable till about Sunday, and then we heat things up by next week, Monday and into Tuesday, highs in the upper 80s. Let's get it to Mike. He's got a check of those roadways and that traffic. How are those power outages doing?
Not good, Monica. In fact, you're tracking the storms through Camden, and that is not going to have power. That's actually being contributing to this 4,000 without power in New Jersey right now. Camden alone's tracking around 1,300 without power, and that's only happened in the last hour from those storms. Delaware, only about 332,000. That's a big number when you see it in Pennsylvania, but most of those outages over central and far northwestern sections of the state. Now, the rain is causing issues here in Philadelphia. 95 north of the Betsy Ross Bridge. What you're seeing right now is PennDOT that is trying to clear away a storm drain that has opened up on 95. They're clearing it away, trying to refit it, but you can see the damage is done now. Excuse me, two of the left lanes two of the right lanes on 95 north have been knocked out, and for that reason, we are noting 27-minute delays going from 676 to Woodhaven. Southbound lanes only about 14 minutes coming into the city. Big issues. Commuter alert showing us on 76 going to the east. We have a serious accident involving a truck and a car. This happened about 45 minutes ago. They've towed the car away. The truck is now being pulled away as we speak. So it looks like we can reopen 76 momentarily, but you can see extensive delays going all the way back towards King of Prussia. This is a camera shot. 476 at 76 completely jammed up going out to King of Prussia. So that's translating out to about a 30-minute commute to go, only 12 miles. We'll talk more traffic and weather coming up in just a little bit. We'll send it back to you.
We are watching this line of thunderstorms pushing into South Jersey and in Delaware. The leading edge of it has the most severe of weather, which is why we're looking at a severe thunderstorm warning, and that goes through parts of Atlantic County. Let's be ready for this in Mays Landing. They now have just added this into parts of Cumberland County and into Cape May County, so a good portion all the way up into Atlantic County included within this severe thunderstorm warning. You can see it right now. It's over Commercial, and then it's really packing a punch there. Gusty winds, heavy downpours, a lot of lightning. This is not a warned severe thunderstorm, but pushing just south of Dover into Riverview, we've got a stronger thunderstorm, not warned, but still something that we'll want to watch out for as this is moving at about 30 miles per hour down towards the south and east. You want to be ready for this in Milford and Slaughter Beach around 6:45 in the morning. That's just an estimated time. Even as those thunderstorms race through, even if you're not seeing a severe thunderstorm, you still have wet roadways and even some fog. Temperatures leading off in the upper 60s later today at about 86 degrees. Early thunderstorms during the morning hours, giving way to afternoon conditions clearing out overnight tonight. Temperatures in the upper to mid 80s later today. Let's get it to Mike. He's got a check of those roadways and that traffic. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, Monica. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Still dealing with that issue on 76. We've made mention that parts of it was closed down because of a serious accident. In fact, right now, where we stand with this is that we have now moved the entire truck that was involved in this accident off towards the far right shoulder. So we only have one lane, the left lane, getting by now on 76, but we still have a lot of damage on 76 done. These are delays going all the way back to the 476 split. So we're crawling along right now, translating out to at least a half an hour to get down the 76 heading for the city limits. Now, let's go to 95. This is a whole different other issue to talk about. This is emergency road work that's going on right now with a storm drain that has been completely lifted up from 95. So they have shut down the right two lanes on 95. We're only getting by on the far left lane going northbound on 95, and that's translating out to at least a half an hour of delays going north from 676 to Woodhaven. It's only 15 minutes coming down from Bristol right now, so we'll keep an eye on that. US 1 South, we have a downed tree, part of the tree on the southbound lanes of US 1 completely shut down at Union Street. We'll talk more traffic and weather coming up in just a little bit. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
We're back now at 6:29. Here's a live look at Atlantic City, New Jersey. Pretty clear out there, but if you look up, man, those clouds look ominous. Looks like they're about to maybe be hit with some rain. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I'm Amanda Van Allen.
Guys, just waiting to open up. Let the rain fall. Hillary Duff song? Let the rain fall. I'm Kelsey Fabian. Thanks so much for watching. We've got meteorologist Monica Cryan talking a little bit more about the rain falling.
Right, so Atlantic City right now looks quiet, just a lot of cloud cover moving in, but a severe thunderstorm is rolling towards the Jersey Shore. So we want to be ready for this with the potential for gusty winds and very heavy downpour. So I'm going to take you right now to your severe thunderstorm warning that goes through Atlantic, Cape May, and Cumberland County, and it does include Millville, Summers Point, and Upper Township. And it goes till about 7 a.m. So we'll be keeping a close eye on this, like I said, with gusts possibly up to about 60 miles per hour. I'm looking right now at some of the heavy downpours. This is some of the deepest feedback we've had from this line of thunderstorms, indicating very heavy rain, even the potential for strong winds. Cumberland, Manamuskin, Bricksboro, and we're looking along Route 55, Route 47. That's where the heaviest rain is now located. It just passed through Commercial and Laurel Lake. So those locations may see some flooding concerns, and then it's heading towards Halberton and Hunter's Mill. Those are the next locations that could be hit. I wanted to zoom in so we could actually see Port Elizabeth, and we're looking Port Elizabeth, Cumberland Road. That's latest update. Okay, here's the latest update. It's now raining hardest in Jones Mill. It just passed, some of the heaviest rain just passed to the east of Port Elizabeth, Cumberland Road. And then another route that's also impacted by this very heavy rain, 347. So if you know you're traveling through those areas, 347, 47, and 55, there may be some ponding, if not flooding, on those roadways. Temperatures around lunchtime at 79 degrees, whereas 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we finally clear things out very nicely, leaving us with temperatures in the mid-80s. Let's get it to Mike. He's got a check of the roadways, the worst of it, obviously, right now, and for the next half hour to an hour.
Yeah, and I mean, all the rain in Philadelphia, yes, severe weather, you said, down in South Jersey, but all the rain causing havoc on our roadways this morning, especially 76. But, you know, Monica, tracking that thunderstorm that you've been mentioning through Camden County, that's responsible for about half of these power outages in New Jersey. Currently, 5,800 people without power at the present moment, most of them in Camden. In fact, right now, Camden, 2,700 currently without power. Delaware, only a handful, a couple hundred in Delaware. But Pennsylvania, that sticks out like a sore thumb. 32,000. Where did all those power outages come from? Mostly in central and the far northwestern corner of the state. So this has been a history of producing damaging winds and, as Monica mentioned, severe storms, and that's rolling across South Jersey at the present moment. All right, I mentioned how the 95 is being tripped up because of these storms. Well, there is an emergency project underway right now from a storm drain that popped up because of the heavy rain. It had a clog situation. It popped up. It was on 95. They have shut down a portion of 95. We're only getting by on the far left lane right now. That's causing at least a half an hour to go from the city all the way up into Bristol. 16 minutes coming south into the city this morning. And 76, we've just reopened 76's left lane. Right lane still knocked out. The domino effect to that is we have delays going all the way back to 476. We'll talk more traffic and weather coming up in just a little bit. We'll send it back to you.
6:37 now. Weather Source meteorologist Monica Cryan is here. Monica, we are still dealing with a lot of those thunderstorms this morning.
Right, and these thunderstorms have a history of becoming strong enough with gusty winds to down trees and power lines. We had that in Southeast PA, and now we're looking at this line of thunderstorms holding on to that intensity as it pushes through Atlantic, Cape May, and Cumberland County. That's where we still have this severe thunderstorm warning. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I wanted to show you some of that feedback. The worst of it in the southern parts of Atlantic County, the northern parts of Cape May County. So that includes Dennis, and we'll say areas like Strathmere may be hit up into Ocean City, and then just south of Atlantic City, all within this severe thunderstorm warning. So you want to be ready for that within the next half hour or so, because there's the potential for gusty winds. And like I said, it already has a history, some of these thunderstorms, to down trees and power lines. Even though that rain has really lightened up, the main line of thunderstorms has already pushed through 95. I-95 corridor, and then back into Gloucester and Camden. Most of us are just seeing a widespread light to moderate rainfall, but here's the historical kind of value with these thunderstorms. It's thunderstorm wind damage like we had in Euclid Township in Chester County. A tree down on a house that was reported at 3 o'clock this morning. So those thunderstorms have been racing through within the last few hours, but once they move out, thankfully we'll start to clear things out pretty nicely throughout the day today. Futurecast does a good job of showing around 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. The worst of this activity will be off into the Atlantic. I still think we could see a few sporadic showers and thunderstorms, but that severe aspect heads off into the Atlantic over the next hour or so. And then your Futurecast is indicating that we dry things out so that Saturday in the morning hours we're partly cloudy to lead off with. Lots of sunshine into the afternoon. Low humidity, comfortable temperatures for your Saturday and Sunday. We'll be in the mid to upper 80s. Keeping that dry weather through about Monday, and then Tuesday has some scattered showers. We really heat things up by the midweek. Let's get it to Mike. He's got a check of those roadways and that traffic. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, Monica, good morning. Yeah, we're just still seeing a lot of impacts from the storms, even though they're out of the Philadelphia area and down into South Jersey. We still have a lot of issues in terms of our roadways. We'll start you on the Vine. That's where we are sluggish as you make your way towards 76. Moving along, though, from Boathouse Row on your way towards South Street right now. But the issues become more numerous as we get into 95. That's where we have this issue right now, where we have currently PennDOT on the scene where they're actually trying to fix a portion of 95 northbound. This is just north of the Betsy Ross Bridge where a storm drain opened up. They got to put that and seal that right back into place. And for that reason, we only have the left lane getting by. So that's creating upwards of a half an hour to get from Center City on your way towards the Woodhaven Road section. Southbound lanes heading into the city are fine. And then now, good news on 76. We've reopened 76 completely. Residual delays, though, still in effect going all the way back to 476. We'll talk more traffic and weather coming up in just a little bit, guys.
I know Alex didn't get time to show us because there's so much to show there, but the cottages there that you can stay in, they're gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really nice.
Super.
It was very gloomy there, Monica.
I'm glad Alex is inside right now because here's Cape May. Here's where Alex is. You know, right about this area. And here are the thunderstorms. So she's about to get hit with this leading edge of thunderstorms that is now pushing into the Jersey Shore. Thankfully in Cape May, in Middle Township, and we're talking all the way up into Sea not within a severe thunderstorm warning. That's north of Sea We'll say Strathmere, Ocean City, and all the way up into Atlantic City, or actually Atlantic City is a little bit further north, but from Ocean City into Strathmere, that's a good stretch of the Jersey Shore, including Corbin City, that is within this severe thunderstorm warning. And it, once again, like I was just saying, Summers Point also, Upper Woodbine, it includes Atlantic, Cape May, and parts of Cumberland County. I wanted to bring you now to this heavy downpour that just pushed through Hunter's Mill, impacting areas like in Hunter's Mill, and we're looking in Warner's Mill, and it includes Route 49, Weatherby Road, Cape May Avenue is really getting hit with heavy, heavy downpours. So for your bus stop forecast this morning, it does look like whether you're seeing the heaviest of rain or it already passed through, our roads are soaked out there and we've got some fog. Temperatures later today in the mid 80s. An early thunderstorm, again, what we're seeing right now and over the next hour or so will continue. And then by the afternoon and evening, we quiet it back down, partly cloudy skies, clearing overnight with temperatures in the upper 60s. Lots of sunshine in store for our Saturday, a beautiful setup into the weekend. Let's get it to Mike. He's got a check of those roadways. Some of those secondary roadways can flood very quickly with these thunderstorms.
That's for sure. That you're absolutely right about that, and even have some downed trees in parts of Chester County this morning. Big headache though on 95. This is all involving a storm drain that lifted up. We do have PennDOT on the scene trying to repair this, and you can see, by the way, this is northbound on 95 past the Betsy Ross, but you can see how we're only getting by on the far left lane at the present moment. I took another vantage point, spun the camera around to see how far the delays go back, and we're going all the way back to Allegheny at this point. So we we are translating this commute out from the city going all the way north to about 40 minutes. So the average speed coming in at 18 southbound going into the city, only about 15 minutes. So we're moving along on the southbound lanes. But getting out of the city, you may want to consider taking the Ben Franklin Bridge if you have to get onto the Jersey side of things or head north. 476 at 76, we still have a lot of delays from an earlier accident on 76 itself. So it's going to take you 22 minutes to go eastbound. Westbound lanes just about 17. We'll leave you at this shot right now showing a lot of volume on 95 southbound heading towards Delco. We'll send it back to you.
Good Friday morning. It is July 21st. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Amanda Van Allen.
And I'm Kelsey Fabian. Let's bring in meteorologist Monica Cryan, who can tell us about the weather that we're going through right now, because it's not the best morning for a commute, Monica.
Yeah.
Right. Since the beginning of the show, we had severe thunderstorm warnings that rolled through, severe thunderstorms that rolled through southeast PA. Now we're just left with some light to moderate rainfall. But let me bring you to the leading edge of these thunderstorms, now pushing into the Jersey Shore. Atlantic City is now within this severe thunderstorm warning, just north of Sea Isle, just north of Ocean City. So I wanted to update you on this severe thunderstorm warning. It includes Atlantic and Cape May County and Ocean County. Cities included within the severe thunderstorm warning that goes until 7:15 this morning. Atlantic City, Egg Harbor, Galloway, Pleasantville. There's the potential for gusts to reach up to about 60 miles per hour within these thunderstorms. These thunderstorms do have a history of gusty winds, even down trees. So Absecon, let's be ready for this. You're about 6 miles away from the leading edge of this and the heaviest rain. I think that's moving in within the next few minutes. And unfortunately, the heaviest rain over Delilah Road, and that's near Egg Harbor, Cardiff, some of these cities and towns all within this heavy downpour. And unfortunately, it's the AC Expressway, people heading down the shore and then getting off at the Garden State. The Garden State really right now within the next minute or so, we'll start to see the heaviest rain. So this is going to be a tough go of it over the next half hour or so. And then behind that leading edge is just scattered showers throughout the morning hours. I've got to look at your full forecast coming up in just a bit. Let's get it to Mike. He's got a check of those roadways. This is not what you want to see for a rush hour.
No, it is poorly timed. Mom Nature poorly timed this one, Monica, and we got issues all across town this morning. You mentioned how strong the storms are in South Jersey. That has contributed to now over 3,000 people without power. A lot of these power outages were in Camden County. A lot of those people that lost power are getting turned back on, but now we're seeing Atlantic County and also Cape May County starting to see the ripple effect from those big storms. 160 in Delaware, big number in Pennsylvania last night. Most of these power outages over central Pennsylvania and the far northwestern corner of the state. So we're watching that pretty closely. Big issues, though. It's a commuter alert on 95 coming up northbound just past the Betsy Ross Bridge. This is not an accident. This is actually repair work. PennDOT is on the scene with a storm. There's a storm drain that actually came up and is impacting the right lanes on 95. It's creating now upwards of a 50-minute delay, with delays going all the way back towards Allegheny. 45 to 50 minutes to go from the city on to Woodhaven Road. We have an accident on 476 we'll bring to your attention coming up in the next traffic hit. Amanda will send it on to you.
Let's check in with meteorologist Monica Cryan. Hey, Monica.
All right, good morning. So there's a kind of complex because we see a leading edge of thunderstorms now pushing into the Jersey Shore and Delaware beaches. Behind that, it's more widespread but light to moderate rainfall. So heavy downpours now expected to push into Cape May County and move into areas like Wildwood, Avalon, Sea Isle, and Ocean City. Let's be ready for that heavy downpour along the Garden State Parkway for those of you driving. And we actually have a severe thunderstorm warning. Not only is that heavy rain, but the potential for some gusty winds, and I would especially watch out for this. And that, once again, the Garden State Parkway currently getting hit, Absecon within the next minute or so. And then we lead back and we can see that that light to moderate rainfall behind those thunderstorms still continues in Philadelphia and parts of Bucks and Montgomery County, soaking those roadways and causing a lot of delays after those thunderstorms already downed some trees and power lines as it rolled through. High pressure system moving in behind it, so we will see a clearing as we head through the day today. I think Futurecast does a good job of showing the major threat heads off into the Atlantic as we head into 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, but we still could see some showers throughout the morning hours and into the early afternoon. And then later today, we really dry things out. Your Friday afternoon and evening looking much, much nicer. Saturday's beautiful from the morning all the way through the afternoon, partly cloudy skies as we head into what I would say is one of the best, if not the best, weekend setup that we've had. Saturday and Sunday, temperatures are comfortable in the mid to upper 80s. Your dew points on the lower side, lower humidity, lots of sunshine. Overnight temperatures in the 60s. And then we head into the new work week. Yes, we will be heating things up, upper 80s and the potential for some rain on Tuesday. But this is a much more settled weather pattern than what we've been used to. Watch out Wednesday, Thursday, though. We really heat things up. Let's get it to Mike. He's got a check of those roadways. Could this be the beginning of a heat wave? We'll see.
It took, what, until late July for a heat wave, Monica, so it's been a good year, right?
It has been. It has been a nice summer.
Yeah. I mean, the lawns look great. Got enough moisture out there.
Oh, my goodness.
I'll take it.
My lawn is growing so fast. Each time they come to cut it, it grows right back as they're cutting it.
Right. I know. I'm going to go out. I saw your lawn cast earlier. I got to get I got to get out there because it's like I'm going to disappear. It's going to be like Honey Who Shrunk the Kids going out there. You're going to lose me in the lawn. All right, here's what's going on. Good morning, everybody. Let's take a look. 476 had a spin-out vehicle off to the left lane northbound. We're not seeing any tie-ups on 476, but we are, again, hoping that we can get this person towed away. But this was, again, because of the wet roadways. That's the theme to the forecast this morning, the theme to the traffic cast as well. This is a bigger deal right now. We have an opening, a portion of 95 that opened up. It's a storm drain that opened up, and we got a big hole on 95 that has to be plugged up just north of the Betsy Ross Bridge. Look at the delays now going all the way back towards Allegheny. So this is going to be a morning where we're looking at a delay from the city on to Woodhaven Road into Bristol of upwards of 60 minutes. So get ready if you're going northbound. Use the Ben Franklin as an alternative because it's going to take some time to get this repaired. Southbound lanes going into the city look good at about 15 minutes. Live look at 76 at Waverly, moving along pretty nicely. We'll talk more traffic and weather coming up in just a little bit. Amanda?
This is your Morgan and Morgan bus stop forecast.
I like that matchup. That's kind of like a zebra cake. Like a hard shell coating and a filling.
I love zebra cake.
That's fair.
But that's what it's kind of like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
that looks so good.
It does look really good.
Does it? I guess I'm not the market audience for this.
Then fine,
I'll
take
take
all of it.
appreciate the these weird pastries.
I don't appreciate that.
That's
like a boxed baked good.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm down with them.
We've talked a bit about weird pastries. That's like the two classics. That's not weird.
But I don't think she likes, Amanda doesn't appreciate a Little Debbie or a Twinkie. She doesn't like those kind of things.
It's harder for me to get into those things.
Like, hand me an oatmeal cream pie or a Twinkie and I am in heaven.
I love oatmeal cream pie.
I know, they're the best.
It's all the preservatives for me.
That was a wild oatmeal cream pie dance.
Why did we do that?
Not we, that was her. That is not a we thing. That's like a hoedown move.
All right, we have some thunderstorms that are rolling through the Jersey Shore right now, carrying with it heavy, heavy downpours, some gusty winds. There is a concern for some flooding. Avalon into Strathmere about to get hit with that heavy downpour, and then I moved it just northward into this severe thunderstorm warned storm, and that's in Atlantic City and areas northward, just passing right now to the east of Galloway and up into Ocean County. So you want to be ready for heavy downpours, like I was saying, and we all know the Jersey Shore can flood very, very quickly, so you want to watch out. Maybe stay off the roads over the next half hour or so, just as that rain is at its worst. Behind it, it's the leading edge that's going to head off into the Atlantic, and then we're not really concerned with severe thunderstorms anymore, but still rain continuing over the next hour or so. Those roadways are soaked after that rain had some started started off as very, very heavy, became much lighter once that line of thunderstorms rolled through, but it continued over the last hour or so. And we're looking at fog to lead off with this morning. So please be careful on those roadways. I think we're seeing a lot of delays from these passing thunderstorms. For those of you headed to the Jersey Shore, the Delaware beaches, the early storms in the morning hours could cause problems today, but then you can see plenty of sunshine for your Saturday and Sunday. Let's get it to Mike. He's got a check of those roadways. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, Monica. Good morning. 95 to be avoided if you're coming out of the city going north, because we have some big problems just before the before the Betsy Ross Bridge, where we have now a crews on the scene trying to repair a storm drain that lifted up. You can actually see it's a big project right now. We got several trucks out there. Looks like they're doing the paving right in here, and right now we're only getting by on the left lane. So what does that mean for the morning commute? It means we have delays going all the way back towards Allegheny. We are sneaking in one lane to get onto the Betsy Ross Bridge. So if you do have to get to the Betsy Ross Bridge, it's going to take a little time, but you're going to get there eventually. Beyond this issue, we're looking at least an hour delay. In fact, right now we're showing 52 minutes to travel the stretch of road from the city all the way up towards Woodhaven. Meanwhile, if you're trying to get into the city via 95, we're fine. Southbound lanes are okay, about 15 to 20-minute commute. 76 is looking good at the present moment. Speed sensor showing us about 22-minute going eastbound towards the city. More traffic and weather coming up in just a little bit. We'll send it back to you.
Welcome back. 7:30 on your Thursday morning. Here is a live, very wet look at the Washington Street Mall in Cape May. You see somebody there walking with their umbrella. Got to make sure you're staying dry. Our Alex Butler is there this morning down the shore. Hope she's inside and staying dry too. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Amanda Van Allen.
And I'm Kelsey Fabian. When we saw Alex around 6:45 in our live shot, it wasn't raining in Cape May yet, but it was so dark and gloomy, Monica.
Yep.
And then I think maybe a minute later after her hit ended, the storms moved in. So this is a look at those storms at the Jersey Shore and the Delaware beaches, getting hit right now with that leading edge of thunderstorms. And we actually saw it at times intensify. So we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that goes from Atlantic City, all the way through parts of Burlington County and into Ocean County, including Beach Haven. This continues to push its way eastward. As it does, it could produce some heavy winds or heavy rain and very gusty winds up to about 60 miles per hour. But once it moves through and it'll be off into the Atlantic, we have light to moderate rainfall to move in behind it all the way up through Burlington County and into parts of Bucks County, including in Mercer County and Trenton. So some of these locations have seen rain for quite a while. We're looking at soaked roadways, if not down trees and power lines. As those thunderstorms rolled through, they packed a punch, especially in southeast PA. We saw some gusty winds and down trees and power lines that could cause delays on your early morning commute. Otherwise, as we head into that lunch hour, we start to lower your rain chances. It'll be much drier by the afternoon and evening later today. Let's get it to Mike. He's got a check of those roadways and that traffic. And so thankfully, the worst of it coming to an end now.
Coming to an end, yes, but we still have the residual effects with the wet roadways, Monica. It's making things very, very slippery out there. In fact, I want to bring you to Delaware first because there is a serious accident past this camera screen. This is actually a second portion of this accident, 95 northbound at exit 5 down in Newcastle County. We do have an accident going north if you're heading up towards the Philadelphia area. If you're getting us in Newcastle County, Delaware right now, just know it's going to take extra time to get northbound on 95. Let's switch it over towards the Jersey side of things. Route 70 eastbound at 73, serious accident shutting down 2 of the left lanes. So that's local roadways being impacted in and around the Marlton area. Big issue northbound on 95. There is an emergency road project underway. What happened was a storm drain actually popped up. One of the grates popped up onto 95. They're trying to secure that back down. And unfortunately, because of that issue, only the left lane on 95 is getting by. Look at the delays going past the Betsy Ross all the way past Allegheny Avenue right now. So it's going to take you upwards of about 50 to 60 minutes to go northbound out of the city. We'll talk more traffic and weather together coming up in just a little bit. Amanda will send it to you.
1:36 now. Weather Source meteorologist Monica Cryan is here. Monica, it is getting really messy down the shore right now.
And at the Delaware beaches, especially, there's actually now a tornado warning that goes through Sussex County in Delaware. So we will continue to watch this severe thunderstorm as it pushes through Burlington County, Ocean County, and into Atlantic County. And then you also have some heavy downpours now pushing off into the Atlantic, just moving eastward of Avalon and Stone Harbor. But it's this area of thunderstorms and stronger storms and severe weather down through Sussex County in Delaware that is now a tornado warning. So there's a tornado warning in Sussex County, and it includes areas like Ocean View, Fenwick Island, Bethany Beach, Ocean View, South Bethany. These are the cities and towns all within this tornado warning that is through parts of Sussex County, and it includes a good portion of the Delaware beaches. There could be rotation within this thunderstorm causing some damage, so you really want to be careful and head to the lowest part. I know a lot of these shore homes and Delaware beach homes unfortunately don't have basements, so you want to get to the lowest level. If you're located within this tornado warning, you want to get to the lowest level in that house and then into one of those interior rooms that does not have a window, because that's where you can avoid a lot of that debris that's thrown around by a tornado. This goes until 7:45, so we've got a few more minutes of this tornado warn cell that will continue to push its way eastward, and again impact with not only heavy rain, it may be even hard to see some of that rotation within that tornado warning, and then it'll be off into the Atlantic with a high pressure system moving in behind that line of thunderstorms, moving out all of that severe weather, and will quiet things down over the next several hours or so. I think we're really done with the bulk of the moisture by 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, so that by that lunch hour we get some nice sunshine later in the day. Let's get it to Mike. He's got a check of those roadways and that traffic. That doesn't look good.
Ooh. 2 tornado warnings, and they're warning that Route 1 corridor. That's Bethany Beach going out to Ocean City, Monica. They might want to avoid that for the time being, as there is that active tornado warning. Back closer to home, yeah, not good. As Monica just alluded to, this 95 mess has been out there now 45 minutes or so, and this is actually emergency repair, road work repair for a storm drain that popped off into 95. So that has effectively shut down the right lanes. We're sneaking by on the left lane of 95 at the present moment, and that is causing ridiculous delays going now all the way back towards Indiana. I've seen some delays right around exit 26 closer into the city because of that issue. So this is going to take you an hour to get through this, and the majority of this delay is from the city up to the Betsy Ross Bridge. Beyond that, though, it's smooth sailing. Southbound coming into the city, you're fine. I guess that's the only silver lining to this, is it's not the southbound being impacted, just the northbound. So if you have to leave the city and you're trying to go north, you may want to think Boulevard, you may want to think possibly going up Broad, or even going onto the Ben Franklin Bridge if you have to go to New Jersey. Also working this accident in Marlton, this is Route 70 eastbound at 73. We'll talk more traffic and weather coming up in just a little bit. We'll send it back to you.
So we're looking at this line of thunderstorms that have now passed off into the Atlantic, and we're looking at the heaviest rain moving off into the Atlantic like we were just talking about, but some drizzle left over behind that passage of thunderstorms. I wanted to bring your attention now to this area of warned storms. What was previously warned as a tornado warning, that warning has now expired. That doesn't mean it's not bad down in Ocean View and Bethany Beach and in Delaware, just south of Lewis. But it doesn't look like the rotation is quite as defined, and so at this point it's just heavy rain, even some gusty winds. I was saying some of those towns located within that really bad weather: Ocean View, Bottom Hills, and Bethany. And then we move it up northward. We still have a severe thunderstorm warning that is back through parts of Ocean County and Atlantic County. Atlantic City really included within that severe thunderstorm, but the worst of it is just north of Atlantic City, and showers leading all the way back into Trenton. For your bus stop forecast, those roadways, even if it's not raining, are still soaked after that passage of those thunderstorms, and even some fog to lead off with. Let's get it to Mike. He's got a check of those roadways. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, Monica. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Tough commute for 95. Tough commute now for 76 going westbound. This is a live look at 76 at City Avenue. We're pretty much stop and go here, and that'll take you right up past Manayunk on your way for the Conchi curve. 476 northbound, we're moving along pretty nicely, but the northbound lanes, we do have an accident off to the left shoulder. Good news is it's off to the far left shoulder, so we're not seeing impacts on the left lane, but the tow truck's there, trooper on the scene right now, so hopefully we can get that cleared away before any kind of volume picks up. Big commuter alert, 95 at the Betsy Ross Bridge going northbound. It will take you upwards of 1 hour. 1 hour to go from the city all the way up to Bristol. We're going to talk more about this in detail coming up in just a little bit. Amanda will send it to you.